Welcome back to the Dukes of Weebdom, episode 3.
Episode 3! Dukes of Weebdom! We're finally listed now.
Yep.
On Apple Podcast and Spotify. Took us a little bit, but, here we are.
Yeah, it was easy, right?
Well, Apple wasn't. Apple was a challenge, as I told you. But Spotify was easy enough. 2 clicks, and we're done. And, yeah, so... It's easy peasy. Google Podcasts to come in the future. I got to do some stuff for that, so we'll see how that goes. But last week we talking about Spy Family.
The lack of us talking about it.
Well, yes, even though, because I knew about it. I heard about Spy Family when it was before it came out. I heard the new manga coming to Shonen. This is the premise. I was like, oh, that sounds super cool. And then I just ignored it for a year. And then you were like, hey, check this manga out. I'm like, oh, hey, I know that manga.
Like all good mangas, I found my way there.
Yeah, it's just good stuff.
It's really hitting its stride right now, too, in the manga.
Yeah.
Well, they wrapped up the arc, but it was a fire arc.
Which is good, actually, too, because here we are talking about it, and if we do eventually get to anything that's recent stuff, we're not talking about something in the middle of an arc. It's, it's current story beats, not that we're quote-unquote finished, but you know what I mean?
Anyone watching this should know there's going to be manga spoilers.
Yeah, basically,
It's going to happen.
3rd episode, and we've just... Anything that we've talked about in episodes 1 or 2, we've just basically spoiled the shit out of. So,
yeah,
but which is honestly a good thing too, in the sense that it took so long to upload episodes 1 and 2's not even uploaded yet. Probably do that in the next few days. Anything that we talk about, by the time anyone will watch that, the spoilers for it would be long past.
It's also a double-edged sword.
It is, yeah. I get what you're saying, because then it's not quote unquote recent.
Yeah, because some of the stuff we could even bring up could be answered the chapter after.
Right, and then they're like, yeah, I could see that. I am glad though that this current arc, the East, right? Because that's the country they're in.
Yeah, East is Germany. Yeah, yeah.
They were the ones that resolved the situation, so Lloyd and Yor didn't have to get involved.
Yeah, it's nice to see them pull their weight.
For once. But Yor was about to get involved, though. If they lasted another, 5 minutes, she was fucking beelining at that. That was just that one little panel you see her, little tiny speck, and she just, comes running. She's like, oh, yeah, by the way, Damien, I saw your mom coming here. I ran past her car. It's like, damn, Yor. Chill.
I like the way Anya just I don't know how to put it. Conditioned this man, manipulated this man, using his thoughts, gaslighted this man.
Yeah, but I feel too, part of it, she didn't even...
Well, it started out unmalicious, but there's a section there, when he started thinking about, his kid, where she was, saying the shit he would say. She was very blatantly,
Yeah, it definitely did not start that way, but
she's malicious.
And she just fucking... She turned that guy back to the light side of the force real quick.
Man saw the light so hard he walked right off to surrender.
All the people in the background talking about her nerves of steel or iron or whatever.
Her iron will.
Yeah, and then I did think it was good that, because she was just kind of just chilling. She wasn't scared or anything. And then Yor gets there and she
That was sweet, yeah. Where she started crying.
Up.
Still a
Mama.
kid after all.
Fucking Damien's
Yeah, then Damien starts crying.
And that just triggers his mother.
I want to know what it is about the dad. Do you hate the dad and by proxy hate Damien?
I don't know, because it's... Alright, so we've only met the dad, Desmond, once. And it was in a public setting, so he could be easily...
and even then, he wasn't really very talkative.
Yeah, and he could have easily just been holding up appearances, and at the same time, Anya wasn't there for us, the reader, to get... His thoughts and his internal monologue or anything. It was just
That's why
him
it's so
and Lloyd.
good too, though.
Exactly. And when you met Desmond's mother, Damien's mother, I forget her name. She's only been in the fucking manga for like 3
I
chapters.
literally told myself to remember her name. I want to say Maria.
Maybe. I got none. You beats me. But either way, so
Melinda Desmond.
She looks like a Melinda.
She does look like a Melinda. She looks like a Karen.
Well, but she's the exact opposite of Karen, though.
Yeah.
She's not the type to ask you for your manager. She's the one that's like, I am your manager.
Is that worse? That's like a super boss Karen.
Yeah, maybe.
Skips right over and thinks she pays me.
She's like a
Patricia. Oh, no.
Well, she's just a straight up yandere with a fucking like the brother complex, but it's not a brother complex, it's a son complex. But
I'm not even sure if it is. She barely loves the kid, it seems.
But it's like every other line in that her memories was like, oh, I love you, I hate you, oh, let me cook your favorite
I think
thing.
there's more
you should
negative.
Just die. You should go away. When I was reading it, it looked like every other thought was, good, bad, good, bad, good,
Some of
bad.
the good ones seemed a little twisted to me too, though.
Yeah, I mean, because I got that right off the bat. I was like, oh, damn, she's like obsessive love with this kid. And then he mentions to not the dad, and she just like flips on a dime and goes like batshit. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, what is going on here?
Yeah, it is flip-floppy, yeah.
Her face, though, like her eyes, is just like, oh my God, this lady. Not cool.
That's a weird thing. I would think my first gut reaction would be that she just hates the father that much. But some of the shit she's saying is really the kid. If only I weren't burdened with you. Like, no matter how bad the father is, you wouldn't go like, look at this burden. You know?
Yeah, because it'd be interesting to see if she has that with all of her children or just Damien. Because from what Damien has described of his older brother,
his like, competent brother.
So you would think then that the older brother is the one that's very close to the father and has the father's approval type
I would
thing.
say I'd almost bet she hates that kid more.
Probably.
I was hoping Damien would be like her escape from that, and he's just not.
Yeah, so maybe it's the parts of his father she sees in him that she hates. But I don't know. It'd be interesting. We'll see how that goes. There's so little to go off at this point that it could be anything,
Yeah.
Just speculation at this point.
She is better than looks-wise. I feel like she's out of his league.
Well, yeah, he's one fugly-looking dude. He's pretty...
Yeah.
Pretty up there.
He's pretty jacked.
Yeah.
Jacked up.
Those eyes, man.
The wiggliness.
And the hair. The hair, man. The hair's bad.
Real bad.
His whole thing is just... You got the shit in the stick, my dude. No bueno.
On fucking Lloyd ripping off the mask is like, yes, I was here all along.
Oh, I was just about to make that transition. It's like, yeah, Damien's family is all this fucked up, but then his the Forger family
Yeah.
and all of its glorious perfectness, but not perfectness. But at the same time, it's perfectly perfect, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
No, it's like, come on, like, look at Yor, she's amazing. Look at Anya, she's amazing. Look at Floyd.
Lloyd could have been there hugging his daughter. Lloyd wasn't going to be able to do shit in that situation.
He was protecting them from the SS. He was, though. Because he even said it. He's like, Lloyd Forger is on a business trip. It would be suspicious for him to be there.
He's on a business trip to be there.
True. And then, besides, their whole family gets 100 points up anyway, just because Bond exists.
Yeah, but no one's home with Bond.
He can read.
If anything,
he's the bestest.
He found the
voice.
crack in the Forger family. They're not taking care of their dog.
The dude figured out and helped Anya run around diffusing bombs.
They don't know that.
No, they don't know that. But that's a perfect reason for Bond to be perfectly okay at home by himself. He'll be fine.
But they don't know that.
It's true.
They think they left a regular dog at home.
Anya knows that, though.
Anya does know that.
Because Anya knows everything. Other than anything to do with the academia skills. She just knows everyone's secrets. And no one knows hers. Which should honestly probably stay that way through the whole series.
Something's got to break here, though. I mean,
eventually someone's got to, because all three of them have like the big, she's an assassin, he's a spy, and she's a telepath, and no one knows.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
I mean, we're only 75 chapters in, but I really expect something to break the balance eventually.
I think the first one will be Yor.
I also think Yor will be the first one to.
The gardener manager. I forget what she calls him.
Yeah,
is it just manager probably?
Yeah, not director. Handler,
probably. Yeah, whatever she calls him. But seems suspicious of Lloyd.
He does. So actually, maybe Lloyd will be the first one that gets outed.
You'd think not. Oh, well, you'd hope not, because then
he's
Operation Operation Strix is bye-bye.
No, you can always get Nightfall or whatever her face is.
Yeah, Nightfall.
Yeah.
Wholly incompetent compared to Mommy Yor.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't say wholly incompetent.
No, definitely not. But Yor did prove herself.
Unpreferable, for sure.
Unpreferable, yes.
Especially for poor Anya.
I love that part, though, about Spy Family. You meet a character, and it's like they're one thing on this outside, and then you get Anya's perspective, and it just unravels.
Besides
like,
Frankie.
He's just himself, always, in any situation he's in. But they just unveil like their true feelings, and they're just like, I don't know, just the way they express the deeper character levels beyond what is presented openly by the character. You know what I mean? So Anya, it's a good use of Anya's telepath abilities, so you don't just get her using those abilities for solving problems. You get it for character growth on top of solving all of those problems. That
besides Juice Machina, her way out of everything.
True. She has, well, because she got that negative tumultuous bolt, but she got her second stellar star this last chapter, right? Because she got the one for saving the drowning.
Operation Friendship is in a really good place.
It is. It's finally some growth in that.
Yeah.
She's playing it a little too hardball, though, right there. She's like, invite our parents over to talk about world peace.
I thought that was the cutest moment in the chapter, though, was Damien calling her a friend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can tell just by their interaction between each other that...
The difference, though, with admitting it.
Yes. It's been a long time coming, is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just wholesome all around.
Always is. My wholesome fix.
I was surprised, pleasantly surprised that it has more of, like, because when you first start it and you read the premise, and then like those first couple of beginning chapters, I got the impression that it was going to be more of like a parody or comedy type manga. And while that's still there and prevalent, it's definitely not the focus.
I don't know, man. When I go through an entire arc where they go into an underground tennis competition.
That was fire.
To get a painting with a code in it, and the code just leads to a man's diary.
Okay, yeah, the end part was... Because it's like, that whole thing
Every
was super
bit
serious, though.
Along the way was comedy.
But I loved,
tennis match.
I loved that whole arc.
After, to your fight going against Nightfall in their own tennis match. Though there's a commitment to comedy there, too. If anything, sometimes it irks me.
You mean you're showing her absolute dominance over Nightfall?
Yes, destroying her.
I love the first swing, it just falls, and you're like, oh, what happened? It falls.
The anime captured that so beautifully with the ball coming undone.
They really did. I was like, damn. That was a good shot. Well, I mean, the animation just in general on Spy Family is amazing. Like, I mean, that was the ending of season 1 with Anya walking through all the building, like walking around and all the scenery changes.
I think it is, but I rarely watch endings.
Oh. I rarely watch openings.
Sag.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's like I'll always watch an opening it's coming commonplace nowadays that the first episode doesn't have the opening,
Yeah.
and then the second episode will have it. So that second episode, the first time an opening is showcased on any anime I'm watching during the season, I'll watch it just to see what's up, see what songs have banger songs, you know.
Yeah.
But usually I'm not a big opener kind of guy.
I kind of flipped on that. It's like instead of every first time there's a new opening, it's like every first episode of each series I watch in a sitting, I'll watch the opening for with my partner. So like this is gonna be the wrong example because I don't watch the My Hero opening because they're all garbage. But let's say I sit down to watch My Hero in the middle of the season for the day. I'll watch that intro the first time, watch a couple more episodes skipping it, and then I go to like the next series I'm watching. I'll watch that intro again too.
And then, if you're watching multiple episodes, you're not watching the opening multiple times.
Yeah, but for each sitting and series, I get like an intro watch, except for when they're garbage, like My Hero.
See, I will watch, like I said, I'll watch it the first time through, but when I go to watch the anime on Saturday mornings, gotta keep that Saturday morning cartoons from childhood alive. That's when I watch my anime. But I just want to get right to the episode, you know what I mean? I just gotta like skip through it and just like let's get to the meat and potatoes.
No.
So
I think Ranking of Kings would watch the opening every time.
It's like some of them though, like if it's like a really good opening, like the song, because it's gotta be the song, right? If it's got a shit song.
Ranking of Kings, it was the song. Though good visuals add to it, but the song is what has to be good.
Yeah, because if a song is trash, I'm just going to skip it every time, no matter how good it is.
The Mob Psycho Season 3 opening. That's one where I watched it almost every single time. The visuals with the song together.
Beautiful.
There's just this one part where it's just a bunch of hands on screen, and just something about it hits some sakuga in my brain or something, because, like, I feel it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like
I get it though. It's a waste of time. It's content you already seen, but I don't know what it is with me. I'm geeking a bit because the whole rest of my life I always skipped, even like the first time I see it opening. But now I'm like, it gets me in the mood for it.
Yeah, well, I can see that because like like certain ones like notably for myself, one of the last opens I did watch every time was Attack on Titan's 2 openings. Both of those for final season, part 1 and 2.
I loved the part 1 opening.
So good. The first time I watched it when it first came out, I was
understated.
Like, this sucks. I didn't like it. For that's me anyway.
Well, it also has like barely vocals. It's more like a little light choir.
Yeah, well, because I mean, my favorite band could drop an album tomorrow, and I think it sucks the first time I listen to it, but then the second time I listen to it, I'm like, oh, this is fire. It's just weird for me the first time I listen to a song, unless it's absolutely peak masterpiece type song or a song that really, like, absolutely hits with me immediately, I'll think it sucks. But then, I'll give it another listen a couple months from now. I'm like, what was I talking about? This is amazing. You know what I mean? So
Go back to the Chainsaw Man opening then, because I stand by that one being.
It was good. I mean, I watched it mostly because of all the people talking about it. I mean, you can't nobody could stop talking about
I just really like the song personally.
Well, even just not even the song. It's like that's one that even if the song was bad,
the visuals actually carried it.
Yeah, and all the pop culture references. It was kind of like a cool, like hasn't been done to that level, like that kind of like
homage to the author.
Yeah, and so I'm like, oh, okay. So like this is like a big thing right now. I can't not watch this. Everybody's talking about it. So I watched that one first time through, and then because each ending for Chainsaw Man was based around specific characters, and then it's like, okay, I gotta watch this too. But
Himeno.
Who?
Himeno.
Oh, yes. There'll be more of that.
There are more tears to go around.
Yeah, plenty more. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how things go with openings for me in the future, maybe my opinions on them will change.
I like the Spy X Family opening.
I couldn't tell you if it changed for season 2 or core 2. I don't feel like it did.
I don't think it did either.
I loved the visuals for that too, with the car bursting through the fucking.
Yeah,
it was good. It had like a James Bond feel to it.
I did watch the Spy X Family ending.
Yeah,
I did, because it's that one continuous shot
of
in
Anya
the room
walking around,
where it keeps not even just her walking around. It like shows different people in the house doing their different things.
The background moves and she's just kind of walking through all of the events.
Yeah,
and all
like
these
changes
people.
Each wall of the room and the people change. Yeah, I did watch that actually.
Yeah, it's cool. So like if this is like an opener like that catches my eye, but then like we discussed, I watch a lot of the mid series during the week.
Oh yeah, I would never watch a seasonal anime's opening.
Most of those, I mean, like same thing. I'll watch it the first time, but afterwards, I ain't watching that. Well, actually, there was one I did like because the song was awesome. I don't even remember what the fuck the anime was called now. It's just I'm pretty sure it had to have been an isekai. Had to have been. It was some dude in white armor and skeleton head. I don't remember what it was called, but it was just.
I've seen key art for it for sure.
It was pretty good, but the opening for that was like the song itself was like really good. So I listened to that every week usually.
In another world with my dry ass bones.
No, I don't think it was that bad, but I mean, I'm sure it was. The title was because that's the same thing. Like if you have mid anime like that and you gotta have this shit synopsis title bullshit, you're gonna have situations like this where you can't remember the name of the anime.
Yeah.
So you try and talk about it. I don't know. It was just some skeleton dude in big bulky white armor and some elf girl.
Yeah, but in some sort of woman.
Yes. And a cute little fox.
Oh, now I have to watch.
It was nice. It was alright. I mean, it was a mid isekai show. It was,
And yet you still haven't watched Beastars season 2.
Oh shit! No, I haven't.
No, you haven't. I know you haven't.
Damn. It's because I'm never on Netflix, dude. Never.
Yeah, you were literally just talking about whether or not you should drop it.
Probably should, because like I said, anything.
It's one of those things you can literally just pick it up as the stuff comes out and drop it right after.
I don't even. There's nothing even coming out anymore. Future that I can see in the future that Netflix would have that we would want to watch, other than
JoJo's. Other than JoJo's.
Well, I mean, I could find JoJo's anywhere, right?
Part 6.
Oh, I can find it anywhere. Argmity.
Well, you'll need it in the future when the next jail happens.
Yeah. But the only thing I want to, because I don't know if it came back because it was delayed, which is what makes it super sad that the Nier anime is delayed right now. Same thing. I was like, no. Uncle from Another World. That's good. It's so good. It's so funny. But that's on Netflix. I got to finish that. I was watching that. Shit, I told you about it. It's like the one with the 90s art style. It's like a 90s anime looking thing. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna think. The name will come to me in like 20 minutes. But I started that and I haven't finished that. And I feel like there's something else that's on Netflix. So if I finish those 3 things, then I could just like, okay, Netflix, I'm done. Until I don't know, I'm gonna watch season 3 of The Witcher, but I don't have high hopes for going afterwards.
This is the sort of thing I would just save that for when the next thing that makes me want to resubscribe brings me back.
Come back for a month, watch it, leave. Because the only other thing, me and my wife watched just super late on it, but we just caught up to Stranger Things.
Nice.
When I said Stranger Things caught up to it, we basically binged it. We caught up in like, it probably took us about a month. Probably did a season in like a week, maybe a couple of days or something, because it's not many. The newest season, it took us a little bit because the last couple episodes are like 2.5 hours long.
Oh my god.
The last episode of season 4 4, I think. It's 2.5 hours.
Screw that.
I was like, damn, this is a straight up movie. Because we were talking, I was like, I don't know how they're going to have time to wrap all this up in one episode. And then we see the timestamp, like, oh, that's how. But that's it. But then that just aired not long ago. They're only just started filming the next season, so that's not going to be out for like in a year or two. So there's no point in keeping the Netflix subscription. So I'll probably drop Netflix. But no, that's the third thing I was just talking about. Beastars. That's the whole reason we're talking about this. Yeah.
Catching up to fucking Beastars.
Especially how season 1 ends. I need to know what happened to dear dude.
Louis,
yes. I need to know, like...
There's a good amount of Louis this season, too.
That's good, because...
And because we need to talk about the end, because I have one of my my trademark gripes with the end of season 2.
I'm surprised that's one that you haven't just decided to move straight onto the manga for.
Yeah, my partner straight up owns the manga.
All of it?
Not all of it,
Well,
no.
is he caught up to the volume releases?
I think he was at least caught up to where the anime had.
Oh, so even if you were to read it, you'd be reading content that you've at least seen in the anime.
I do think so, yeah.
But yeah, I'm like...
If I do read that, though, it's going to be from the beginning, because the art style is so radically different from how the anime is.
Well, yeah, because the anime is in...
CGI, but have you seen...
I think you've shown me a few...
radically different.
Yeah, I think you've shown me some artwork of Legoshi, so... Oh, yeah, just that picture right there of Legoshi. Oh, wow.
Wildly
that is way
different.
better. Just that, like, the proportions on that are just so good. Like...
they don't stick to like a hard model. Like they kind of mess around with it a little more.
I mean, the anime's like style is not bad. It's honestly
different. You know what I mean?
Well, I would probably say that Beastars is the best 3D anime I've ever seen.
I would
hands
absolutely
down.
say that.
I don't think any other ones beat it, but it's just that artwork, those still shots of just Googling. That's what we're doing right now. We're just Googling manga panels. Yeah, and the artwork is... Ooh, that's shading right there.
Yes, yeah, I'm definitely going to start that over when I read the manga.
Yeah. We have a lot of manga that we're currently reading right now, so... And there's so many that I'm trying to read, so, like, ones that I'm not, like, caught up that are weekly, but I'm not caught up to them that I want to be caught up to. So, like, Undead Unluck,
Yep.
Black Clover, but honestly, by the time I catch up to Black Clover,
it'll be over.
And this new one I've been watching, also Poon Poon, but Poon Poon's been over, but it's just one that, you know, I'm in the midst of reading.
And sometimes you gotta take little breaks from it.
Yeah, Witch Watch. I just started reading that. I'm on chapter 5.
Witch Watch has been doing well for itself too. I feel like.
I mean, just the first 5 chapters, I'm digging it. So, I mean, I'm gonna keep reading it until it loses me. But I don't see. I mean, the plot's gonna have, like, the story premise is gonna have to radically change for me to just kind of drop it. Am I? No, I did read that. But that's just those on top of everything that I'm reading weekly. So trying to add more manga onto that list is probably a bad idea. But I already am going to.
I keep adding more manga onto my list.
I know your distaste for isekai, but the Eminence of Shadow is definitely one that I'm going to follow the manga once season 2 is over. There's just no way I'm not continuing that story.
That breaks my heart.
But it's a light novel, though. So I don't know how the manga is handled, if it's like a monthly release type thing, because, you know, you gotta wait for it.
A manga adaptation of a light novel is just going to be a shitload of drawing people standing there and talking. That's what anime adaptations of light novels usually end up like.
Well, honestly, there's a lot of light novels to anime recently.
Oh, no, in general. There's
just a lot. But I'm sure for certain ones there are. But like, for instance, like Ari Fureta. I don't think you even know what that is. I talked to you about it.
Yeah,
I remember talking to you about it. But I read some of that manga. I mean, the problem with that was when I wanted to read it, I was like, oh, I want to see what happens next in this manga. the manga was like not very far ahead of the anime at all.
Ugh.
I think that like whenever, I mean, this was before season 2 even came out, so only season 1 was out. Season 2 came out, I don't know, a year after season 1, but at the time I was like, oh, so I got like 5 chapters, and it's just like, but reading it, I was like, I didn't have that issue that you're saying about just standing around talking about it, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But I don't know, because like Eminent Shadow isn't like a big talky one. Like Classroom of the Elite, I could definitely see that. That's like one that I feel like it's not. Well, first off, it's not an actiony anime, so trying to read that as a manga would be literally drawing people standing around talking, because it's the whole premise of the anime.
The entire show.
Yeah, literally in a nutshell. And I'm like, but people say that it's better consumed as a light novel, but I was like,
it's better consumed in my garbage can.
No, Classroom of the Elite's good. It's not even an isekai.
I know it's not. I watched, I want to say Mother's Basement's video on it.
I don't know. I enjoy it. And then I fill in the gaps with comment sections on what people tell me about subtle differences between the anime and light novel. So I get like the in-between knowledge, you know, that would be lost in translation type deal.
Yeah.
So giving a little more context to certain issues. I know that there are certain things that, like, I couldn't exactly pinpoint them on the spot, but I know people have said there's certain changes. But listen, if I don't read the manga, don't read the light novel, I don't know what those changes are, and it doesn't affect me, right?
Well, it doesn't.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does affect you. You just don't know the ways in which it did.
Yes. Which is fine. But, there's so many good things out there that it's like finding time sometimes to read everything is like, oh my god. Especially with video games, because of my holy cripple addiction to those things. Trying to put those down to read stuff.
Like Black Clover.
And anything that's not on a weekly basis that I can just take
You
half
take
hour
your
a
time
week
with?
to read weekly release chapters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I wanted to, I could like add like 1 or 2 chapters of all of those mangas to my weekly schedule of when I read when I get up to date with everything weekly, so I could. But then I don't know. I feel like that would it'd be better. Like those days, I just need to get into that groove again where I just sit down and just binge read. The last one I did that for was Tower of God.
Blue Lock.
I fucking ate, slept, eat, sleep, breathe, and everything. Fucking Tower of God when I read that after the anime came out. And then now I'm like 30 chapters behind because I'm never on the Webtoons app anymore.
I'm like 100.
It's pretty bad. Because its problem is the Webtoons app on my phone is right next to the Shonen Jump app, and I just click the yellow button every time. Well, I haven't been on here in so long. Let's see. Tower of God.
Oh, God.
Season 3, episode 78 is when I'm on, and they're up to season 3, episode 133. So that's 30...
I doesn't even remember my reading history.
Yeah, I'm like 55 chapters. No. Yeah, 55 chapters behind. It's only a little bit. Speaking of Webtoons, nope, bothers me immensely. Oh, Jesus, you're like really far behind. How? Do you even remember where you left off?
I'm starting to wonder if it doesn't, to be honest. Oh, wait.
I'm still just seeing white, though, not the grayed out chapter.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't remember where I was. I remember
God.
where I was, though, so let me find that. Yeah, I'm about 130 behind, roughly.
Jesus. Speaking of Webtoons, solo leveling anime is happening. And I could not be more disappointed.
Is it bad?
I've only seen a. I don't think there's even a trailer for it anyway, but I've seen a still shot, and it's just like, how do you mess up the artwork on the main character? Evelyn anime. Let's just go to these images here and show you the picture here. So that's what the anime is drawing the main character to look like. But he is infinitely more sexy. And look at that. Look at that. That's him in the webtoon, and that's him in the anime. It's like, how do you mess that up? Look how good he looks. And then right there, how terrible. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be good.
I don't know. It just looks like they turned up the Kirito dial.
Yeah. And well, first off, it seems like too. I've heard some bad things that the people from the studios are trying to say that they're going to change the story.
Well, I mean, sadly, it's
a Japanese studio.
Unfinished, also because the author died.
It finished.
They finished it?
Yeah, because so the weird thing is I heard that's coming back, which makes no sense because it did finish because I had heard Solo Leveling end because I was reading it. I was up in the final season of the webtoon, and I just, you put it down, you stop reading something for, a few weeks, and then all of a sudden you just forget about it, and a few months goes by, and then 6 months. So I was behind on it, and then I had heard online that it ended. I was like, oh, cool, so now I just need to go back and finish it. And then a few months after I heard that it ended, then I heard the author died. I was like, oh, that sucks. But then a few months after that, I heard that it might be coming back from someone, whether it's a close friend or whatever.
Better be a close friend.
Because...
better not be a stranger.
Because I remember when it was getting... when it became super popular. Do you remember when it was being talked about a lot all over the place?
I don't keep up with the communities.
Well, Giguk was talking about it. It just kind of like... It just came out of nowhere. It was a blip, and then it was just like everyone was talking about Solo Leveling for a small amount of period of time, and then it just kind of like died back down. But there was talk about, oh, maybe there'll be an anime for it because it's so popular, but everyone's like, there won't be because it's a Korean webtoon, Japanese animation. They don't get along with each other, I guess, Korea and South Korea and Japan. So if anything, it would be South Korean animators that make it. But then when I found out a Japanese studio is making the anime, I'm like, this isn't going to end well. I don't think they're going to be very respectful to the original source material.
The other manhwas were... some of them have changes, but they all look fine.
Tower of God was good, but I heard that the God of High School one was... What I was hearing, it was more. I think people were talking about pacing issues.
It looked okay though. I was not talking about visually.
Visually, no. It was. Tower of God of High School. I hate it.
Well, those are all Korean, so
yeah, both of them. God of High School had some seriously good high quality animation to it, but it's all about story too, like respect of this original source material of like how much of the plot are you going to try and change type deal of like, oh, I can make a better, just like I said with the Lord of the Rings last week, I think I can write a better story about Lord of the Rings than Tolkien did. It's like, you kind of can't though, because it was his story, he wrote it. Fans like that one. Same thing, you can't write a better Solo Leveling story than the author wrote of Solo Leveling, because it's his world, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I could write a better Sword Art Online than the author of Sword Art Online.
Really depends on premise to premise.
True. I don't
think anyone could write a better Berserk than Miura did, but I do think people could write better isekais than isekai authors do.
Well, yeah, it's like you told me, how'd you word it one time? We were talking about it, and you said it was it's basically like an easy bake oven.
Oh,
you just gotta flip them out. You just, self insert.
It's about reaching for more.
Yeah, it's basically they're just churning it out, trying to copy
And no
Anything going on?
disrespect to Solo Leveling, but when someone tells me that premise, it sounds like an easy bake oven.
The art carries it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because, the story is just...
It could still be good
it's
moment
good.
to moment, yeah.
It is. It's just nothing crazy new. It's just not new at
You know
all.
me, I hate video game anythings being
No,
added into fantasy worlds.
You hate that Solo Leveling just has.
Does it have the windows? Does it have video gamey windows? No.
Yes, it does.
Fantasy worlds should not have video game windows.
Only he has it.
I'll scream it from the rooftops.
Because he's the only one. That's the premise of the thing. Solo leveling.
My superpower is that I'm a video game.
Pretty much.
Everyone liked that. I don't even remember the name of that webtoon I read that really broke
the one
me
that
on
was in
that.
the change. You told me he could see.
Where literally the windows would pop up and be like, he didn't like that very much. Or like, your relationship with this man is tentative now. Oh.
Disgusting.
I forgot what it's called. It's bad
probably
though.
for the
I
best.
dropped it so fast.
It's probably for the best. I can.
Hit me with like 4 video game windows in one chapter, and I'm just like, I'm done.
I remember. I have visual in my brain from you sending me screenshots
I was
of it.
livid.
Yeah, you were.
It's absurd.
You were having none of it.
It's stupid. It makes no fucking sense. Why did you bother making a fantasy world? All of those people should commit to being in a video game then.
You know what the funny part is too? Solo Leveling is a fantasy world, just that this one dude has the video game powers.
I know.
And he's not. It's not an isekai. He's not isekai'd. He just got video
so
game
close.
windows. It's just
So close.
all of the basic premises of it without the isekai.
You can still get stronger from killing things.
No one else can.
I know, I'm saying, like, that's perfectly fine. Just don't give me a fucking video game window.
He gets quest windows.
No! Does the ether form windows for his vision?
No, I'm gonna try. I'll show
They
you.
have an explanation? Oh, no.
I don't think that. Well, there's like. I'm sure there is in what I haven't read because there's something giving him those windows. I think there's someone like actively
Guiding him?
not guiding him per se, but there's someone that gave him that power and put the windows in front of him.
I
Type
fucking
thing.
hate these windows.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure there's got to be an explanation for it somewhere. But let's see if I can find this. Oh shit! There's a soul leveling game, so this is gonna. Yeah, see stuff like
that's
that. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Look at that first picture. See.
Oh my god.
But I don't know. It's just. It's so.
Is
good.
it by the grace of someone else's mana that it comes up? Like, I hate it.
I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, how much mana does it take to make a
window?
window pop up in front of you? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. The artwork on this, it's just so, like that's like a legit panel from. It's just so colorful and so power fantasy too. It's
The pretty.
It's so good.
It's literally Power Fantasy. It's got video games for just the main guy. I've never seen a protag-kun be so protag-kun.
He's so much stronger than anyone else in his universe too, or at least all the good guys. That world would be so fucked without him. It's like not even a question. But it's good. It's just I don't know if it's you good.
I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole still.
Maybe someday I'll get you on one of these isekai.
It's not happening.
My hook is gonna land.
Even the good ones are dying to me.
I don't know. They're still good to me. It's like we said, you just gotta learn. You gotta find that superpower again. You gotta find that switch.
I want it.
You gotta find that switch and just shut it off and just enjoy it.
You talk so much about not having time. I don't want to spend that time on inferior content.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you gotta.
I don't need an odyssey every time I read something, but I need more than I was gonna say Dora the Explorer, but that's way meaner than I even mean to be.
Please no, Solo Leveling is way better than Dora the Explorer. I'm sure Dora the Explorer is definitely probably better than some of the anime that are coming out in these seasonal anime. Some of these are bad.
I wouldn't know. I stay away.
I mean, there's plenty that I stay away from too, so that should
Stay
tell
away
you
from
stuff.
the Ice Blade Sorcerer is something whatever.
I also haven't watched that. Something like My Cold Boyfriend is Cold or something like that. I don't know. The premise was like, what even is this? It's not good.
No, it's to even have like a cool factor to make up for it.
No, I think it's a rom-com, so
I don't think it is.
I think that it is.
I think it's like a twin blade exorcist sort of dealio.
I don't think it is. What is it? My Cold
No, the Ice Blade Sorcerer is what I'm talking about.
Ice Blade Sorcerer? What's this?
The Ice Blade Sorcerer shall rule the world.
Oh, okay, that's not what I thought it was. Yeah, that's probably what you think it is.
That's absolutely.
I'm thinking about
That's the one with the Arnold Academy of Sorcery for Society's Most Elite received their first commoner student, Ray White.
Oh God. Let's see if this Google. Oh God.
Oh,
Jesus
my
Christ.
Lord.
This did not help
What
me.
did you put on my screen?
I don't know. I could just fucking type in current anime season animes. Simulcast. Oh, I typed season wrong. Oh, here's a good one. Let's see if it's. Oh, I can't zoom into. What's this? I don't even see it in any of this right here anyway.
Oh my God.
It's probably not on this top 10 list anyway. It's pretty.
Oh my God, some of those titles. There's a 3-line title in there. Look at number 6.
I think I'm watching that.
No.
Hold on, I gotta visit this site now to see what this is.
3 fucking sentences. Life with an ordinary guy who reincarnated into a total fantasy Oh, gross.
Oh, I did watch that. I'm pretty sure I didn't finish it. I don't think this
The
is.
title
Yeah,
is
this is an old one. Yeah,
awful.
because this is January and April 22. I actually did watch. I'm pretty sure I did watch some of that. That was a dude.
Oh my God.
This was a good season. I was watching. This was Attack on Titan final season part 2, Demon Slayer, Entertainment Arc, Case Study of Atlantis. You'd very much like that. My Dress Up Darling. I was watching all of those. I was watching this. Genius Princess's Guide to
I
Raising a
watched
Nation.
one of these.
Attack on Titan.
Demon Slayer. We
You watched
didn't even
Attack on
finish
Titan.
part 2.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it's good stuff. It's good animes. You just gotta shut your mind off.
Then there's not good animes.
Okay, let's see if we can find it here.
The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. Oh my God, another 3-line one. The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnate. Oh my God, what is this?
I'm watching that right now. I am. I'm one episode behind. I'm watching that. See, look, it was number 2 last week.
Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. I hate that. I've never hated a title more.
And look at
The
this.
Ice Guy and his cool female colleague.
That's it. That's it. That's the anime. That's the one I was looking for. The Ice Guy. Yep. Let me show you this anime's premise. Oh, hold on. I gotta get to Google.
Oh my God.
What was it? The Ice Guy and his cold.
I don't even remember. It's not catchy.
The Ice Guy and his cool female colleague.
Oh, I hate all these titles. I don't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense stat. Why are they a sentence?
Well, that one has an acronym like Danmachi does. It's like both.
Yeah, but they list the whole thing.
Yes,
every time.
Yeah, see, look at the cover. See, he's like made of ice. He's cool. He's supposed to be that he's got a cold personality, I think, and is cool as in she's like a cool character type thing. I don't know. The premise didn't catch me. I was like, oh my god.
I hate it. I've never... No, the shot to the left with the girl with animal ears. I've never seen...
Right there. Cat girl.
Bigger just bait in my life.
That's... Oh, a lot of anime these days is just bait.
That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. See, here it is right here. Don't want to get hurt, so yeah.
I was ready to get off of that.
Furry, yeah.
I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. I hate these sentence titles. Oh.
Well, yeah, Blue Lock's number 1, though.
At least the Eminence in Shadow has the fucking decency to have a decent title.
It does. You know what else does? Misfit Demon Academy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a bad title, but not for the same reasons as all these other people. I think it's just corny as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the Misfit Demon King Academy.
I don't know. Season 2, just like I said, didn't catch me. But Nier, man, I was so sad that it's being delayed. It was so good. It was looking so good. But, yeah, weekly animes, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Not watch them.
Sorry, I'll watch
Continue to pay for Crunchyroll and not use it. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, I mean, you're kind of watching Blue Lock.
Kind of. I do need to catch up. I meant to catch up for this week, to be fair.
I'm caught up. I did watch this week's episode. It was good.
It's the 4v4?
We had 2 kicks this time.
Ooh, spoiled.
Yeah. It was, it was the, still the 3v3. Baro, Nagi, and Isage just beat, Ryo.
Kunigami.
Who
I remember for this week.
Chiguru's team. And it ended the team when they're about to decide, but I didn't see who they choose out of the 3.
Do you have any guesses?
I think they're going to take Chiguri. Because, I don't know, because, I think so, Kunigami, the orange head dude, he's basically a second Baro. So why are you taking him, and you're going to take Ryo, but...
Who's like a second Isagi?
But worse. So the one thing you're missing is you need the speed that Chiguri brings. So I just think they're going to take him. I just can't see him choosing one of the other 2.
Interesting.
Just put Ryo back further down into his hole.
Poor Ryo.
Yeah, poor Ryo. Listen, man. But looking at him, though, it's like he got Nagi into Sokka. They're together forever, and then he just dips.
Yeah, Nagi just dips and leaves him.
Nagi's like, I gotta go play with the MC.
Don't get me wrong, Ryo's a rich prick, but, like, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but at the same time, neither is Nagi.
Yeah, you don't own Nagi.
You don't, and you can't survive in Blue Lock off of the coattails of Nagi. You know what I mean? You can't. You gotta be your own dude. You gotta come out that shadow. You can't have him carry you through it. It's just not gonna work. It was gonna happen one way or another. Just like I said, I don't know if we said it on the podcast or not, but eventually this whole bromance between Isage and Bachira is gonna end too. Yes, sit there and in your manga spoilers.
I do suppose that would need to be the case, wouldn't it?
Yes, if Blue Lock keeps going the way Blue Lock is supposed to keep going.
Interesting.
Fine then, keep your secrets.
Interesting theorem, sir.
Yes. Fancy. But we don't have spoilers, or, well, actually, what that we can't spoil each other from is conveniently, well, a good anime or manga, rather, that everyone can get on board with, that you don't have to worry about being mid or your generic isekai trash that you're so wholly against. Dandadan. everybody and everyone should get on the glory that is the story of Momo and Okuran. My boy Ken.
Ken Takakura.
Momo's fainting somewhere right now. Oh, shit.
I'm happy you started it, though. I am.
Listen.
Well, started it being,
They had me at the fucking cow being abducted into the UFO.
You say that, but it took you a while.
It took me a while because it wasn't on an app, and I would have needed to then go on the whole tirade of
Which does
online, find any decent, reliable website to try and keep doing it. And
Have you tried moving over to this
Nope.
yet? No, I still haven't.
Oh no, man!
Maybe in the newest chapter you can try to finagle your way through there.
Because the website I read it on isn't terrible. I mean, I get an ad that covers the next chapter button, where I have to just refresh and press the next chapter button before the ad spawns.
But we've also, stayed pretty up to date, too.
True. I think we're both one chapter behind right now. But Dandadan, for those of you who don't know, is a manga about a boy who believes in aliens but thinks ghosts don't exist, and a girl who thinks ghosts exist but aliens don't exist.
Yes.
And they make a bet with each other to find out who is right. So the girl goes to a building to see if aliens exist, and the guy goes to,
I believe it was a tunnel.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a tunnel that was
Haunted.
And conveniently, at the exact same time, they both have supernatural experience. She gets abducted by aliens, and he gets possessed by a ghost. And then
And it just gets wilder from there. That's all chapter one.
That's just, yeah, all insanity. And then the possessed boy then crashes into the UFO and just wreaks havoc on all of the aliens and saves the girl. And then, yeah, it's just their quests, endeavors, their trials,
To
and
get the boy's
tribulations.
balls back.
Yeah, he loses both of his balls. Quite literally. Testicles.
He
Gone.
still doesn't have them back. I mean, not
Well,
just...
he got one of them back, and then my boy can't catch a break, and he just had another one stolen from him.
Have the same one stolen from him.
Poor guy. God, poor Ken. But their escapades on aliens, mostly
Doing
ghosts.
anything. I mean, I'm not even sure, because then there was Nessie.
Yes.
Nessie, the kaiju,
But that's all recent, too, because like I was saying that
the Mongolian sandworm.
Yeah, when I was catching up to you, because you'd caught up. I feel like it was like right after you caught up to current is when I started reading it. It wasn't. I don't think you were current for very long before I
Oh,
started.
no,
reading it.
I absolutely was.
Was it that long?
Oh, my God, dude. When I was first telling you, way back to read it, I caught right up to Dandadan. I went straight to the goalpost with
Listen,
that.
so did I. All right, I caught up. What, 2 weeks, and I was in there.
Because remember when I was saying, oh, man, these current chapters are fire? I was already weekly for months before that.
Oh, okay. Well, because when I was catching up, I remember telling you, I was like, I'm kind of just want the aliens to come back, because there was a stretch that they were just
And that's why I was
fighting
like,
the ghosts. And then now it's just all the alien action. It's just so juicy, and I'm like, yes.
and there's still a ghost around.
There are, yeah. Well, I mean, and then the ghost poltergeist proved to be a vital importance to the protection of the planet, apparently. And
That was the most fire spread I may have ever seen in my life.
for real. That
Was the
one
alien
panel-
ships rolling up to Earth, shrouded in ghost and eyeballs and just evil energy.
and they just noped right up out of there.
Oh,
It was, yeah, no, it was so good. The
It's-
panels are just,
it is some of the best art of anything I read right now.
yeah, it's,
And that might not even be enough praise. For something that comes out weekly,
I mean, it's pretty good, man. It's wacky. It's different. It's
the train one.
Oh yeah,
That
beautiful.
spread, fire.
Oh hey, it's the panel that got me hooked into it. I was like, what is this? Look at the detail. Those people staring at a cow being sucked into a UFO, and then I was like, I gotta read
Be
whatever this
putting
is.
this level out weekly. I also just love how like all of the scenery and everything. It's so very detailed, but there's like an openness and a simpleness to how the characters are drawn.
Yeah, I can feel that. It's
A lot of white space in it. I love it.
yeah,
Like a lot of my favorite like shots of the characters are when they have that surprised Pikachu face, which they have often. They just stand there with an open mouth.
yeah, just like this.
Oh yeah, the crab one.
Looking when they
crab.
run. The super all the eyeballs on the crab and they super detail, and then like these two just
Or nice
running
hard
away.
white against it.
Oh, it's just so good.
That's one of my other favorite things about it too. Is when anything shows up, you get hit with that hard, heavy black.
Yes.
It's like a complete. You feel the tone shift, like a gear.
I'm trying to find just so we can.
Oh, the new shot of the alien crew.
Well, not the alien crew, just like that panel you're talking about with the. Well, I think that's part of it, right? That's probably
Yeah,
the
that is
panel
part
before.
of it. Yeah.
Like that. Look, you
Oh,
imagine
I
that.
see it. The next related one.
Oh yeah, right there. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Oh, manga spoiler.
It
Quick
kinda-
to see spoiler.
Kind of reminds me of the moon from Majora's Mask, but like on crack.
Yes.
You just
exactly.
like doubled all of the features, tripled even.
And then it's just a bunch of spaceships that look like look at this one. This is literally a Star Destroyer with
All of the
like
windows.
an Illuminati pyramid sticking out the bottom of it.
I love all of the ships are different. All the ships have proper lighting. All of the ships have the tiny littlest of details like windows and where all the propulsion comes out. It's insane.
How long do you think it takes to draw something like this?
I feel like it would take the whole week to draw that. Like,
Yeah, sometimes I'll read the manga, the weekly manga chapter, and I'm like, how did one person? But then you gotta think though, because it's like I'm trying to equate it to like my lifestyle, and it's like I work a full-time job. It's like this is their full-time job, so it's like yeah those 8-9 hours that I'm at work, they're drawing, but they don't spend 8-9 hours 5 days a week. They spend 12 to 15 hours 7
days a week. Yeah, that's a really good point. I do think that could take 12 hours, though, maybe more.
Probably, and who knows how many times he drew it. If the author drew this and then didn't like how it came out, scrapped
and then
it.
added even more detail, maybe too. I could
Yeah.
see him being that type where he drew it all out. He's like, no, I could add more windows.
So
I could add another eyeball.
it's just it's so good.
It's so good on every front.
We highly recommend Dandadan to anybody.
And the craziest part is how it balances being so wacky at the same time. Like I said, I've seen these people fighting the Loch Ness monster, fucking sandworms whose screeches make you want to kill yourself, literally. Yes, Yukinobu Tatsu, who is and was an assistant to Tatsuki Fujimoto and
wrote-
Yuji Kaku
Yes.
of Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise fame, respectively.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's like a triad of talent.
And which is so sad. Well, Hell's Paradise is about to get its time in the spotlight because I mean I don't see people really talking about it, but people it's like one because it's over now, but like
Yeah, even I got onto that like way late. I want to say like 2 years late.
but it's gonna come around and people are really gonna see what it is. So it's like Dandadan's time to like get back in there.
And then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh man, why did Ayashimon get canceled?" That was Yuji Kaku's newest manga. It was one of the ones I was reading that Shonen Jump axed.
Yeah. Well, were you invested in it at all?
A bit. I really liked the main character.
What was the premise? I didn't read it, so
It's like One Punch Man meets the Mafia. To be like, yeah, that's a really hard way to put it.
yeah, this is kind of a hard way to put it. Like what?
Overpowered guy that literally can't get a job because anything he does, he breaks the things that he touches or interacts with.
So
And he's like down on his luck. He's just like, man, if only I was the protagonist of like an anime. And then literally in that scene, a woman walks up and is like, I'm from the Yakuza and I need protection.
yeah, so I have a character. I have a name. Ah, my brain. I'm having the biggest of brain farts right now. Was the anime? I'm gonna have to ask you. Isaiah.
Oh, I thought you were saying that. Durarara.
What's his name though?
It looks just like Isaiah.
No, the dude.
Shizuo.
Shizuo, yes.
This guy looks just like Isaiah, though, to be honest. He looks
So it's Izawa,
like
but with
Shizuo's
powers.
Literally.
In the mafia.
And he's like beating up on ghosts that all have their own mafia.
Speaking of things that I haven't seen the most current season of.
Have you not seen the second season
No.
still of Durarara?
No, I haven't. Season 1 slapped hard too.
Season 1 slapped hard, and I think season 2 slaps a little less hard, but it has moments that slap harder than season 1.
Do you know why I probably haven't seen it? Because season 1 we watched that together like 3 times.
On Toonami. I remember us seeing the commercial.
I remember you showing it to us like 3 a.m. on Saturday night in your basement. And be like, yo, watch this shit. It's awesome. And we watched a random episode. I was so confused. But from then on, we watched the whole season. The break happened between seasons 1 and 2. But then...
long ass break, too.
Because season 2 came around and we weren't watching it together. And then I just never went and did it. Another anime, actually, too, which stopped me probably super surprising. Because for those of you who don't know, now you know. I am super subist. And
yeah.
So hard sub
Gross.
over dub. But in this case, because we watched it in dub first, when the sub came out, I was like, it's just weird for me. I have to wait for the dub for...
To be fair, I think Durarara, I can make a great case for it being like a top 5 dub, to be honest. I think even if you watched it sub first, if I showed you the dub, you would have gone on board with the dub. Because right in episode 1... it was either Mikado or I forgot the blonde kid's name, but the blonde kid. When Shizuo throws a vending machine, he's just like, "Holy fuck, is that a vending machine?" And he actually like drops an F-bomb. They bleeped it out in Toonami.
Well,
and that's the other thing. Mikado being like, "Isaiah Orihara, that's the other guy that they told me absolutely not to fuck with under any circumstances." Like, it had a top tier dub.
It did. Well, because there's quite a few animes that I will never watch subbed because of how I originally watched them dubbed.
Code Geass,
Death Note, Hellsing Ultimate.
Bleach.
Or just Hellsing in general. No, I will not. Everyone's like, oh my god, Johnny Young Bosch is so good. Listen, Johnny Young Bosch is amazing as Lelouch, alright? I will never... Well, because it just doesn't fit me. Because I don't know if you've heard Lelouch's dubbed sub voice. It's just...
No, I've never listened to the Code Geass sub.
It's really a deep voice for Lelouch. It's like really deep. And I just don't think it fits his twinkiness.
All of their twinkiness.
Yes, the show's twinkiness. But Crispin Freeman as Alucard is...
Crispin Freeman, in general,
period.
He's a fantastic voice actor.
I forget... There was something that recently came out.
Overwatch?
What?
Crispin Freeman's voice is Winston in Overwatch.
Is he?
Yeah, the gorilla.
No, there was something specific that came out that people were thinking Crispin Freeman was in it as the main character or a prominent side character, and he had to step in and say, "Nah, dude, that's not me." But I was like, I forget what it was. Damn it! But no, him as Alucard is just so good, and just that whole cast of Hellsing Ultimate is just it's
fantastic.
Just so good. So good.
Bakuno. But that's universal.
Bakuno's pretty good
Well,
dub and sub, personally, because I've rewatched it.
you've watched the sub for Bakuno? I almost think that's
I have.
sacrilegious. It's like one of the only animes that takes
know
place
what,
in America.
Well, because I haven't watched it start to finish subbed. I've watched specific scenes. But you know who makes it so I will never watch it? Sub?
Jacuzzi?
No. Well, first off, Jacuzzi makes me want to watch it in sub to get that voice out of my fucking head.
I gotta find the young conductor.
Nah. Uh, Isaac and Muriel.
Did they really fuck that up?
I don't know, but English voice actor is just so much better. They're just perfect.
They
And they
are.
just make that. And even,
And
fuck,
Firo.
what's his name?
Even Firo. Firo's, like, I want to say Chicago or Boston accent is fantastic.
White suit dude.
Lad.
Yes, Lad Russo, right?
Yeah, Lad Russo, yeah.
He just nailed
The
it.
accents on all of them are fantastic.
Full Metal Alchemist is another one because
Oh, yeah.
I watched it. Edward Elric.
You watched it in 2 different ways, dubbed.
Yes, I did. Dragon Ball Z, even though I have issues with the voice actors themselves, just because they say stupid shit. Because it's like you're a DBZ voice actor that works for Funimation and you think you're the greatest thing in the world.
He does a lot of work, though.
No, I just, all of them. And because, interview questions, and they shit on a lot of other things. It's like they shit on Team 4-Star and Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
I mean, Team 4-Star does a great fucking job.
Exactly. And
Are they also the Yu Yu Hakusho Abridged guys?
Listen, I think they are. And I don't
Yu Yu
care what
Hakusho
anyone
Abridged
says.
is such an incredible imitation of the Yu Yu Hakusho cast.
The dude they got for Kuwabara, I swear to God, has to be the same fucking guy. There's no way it's not.
The whole main 4 in Yu Yu Hakusho Abridged are so perfect.
But DBZ Abridged is just so classic and so awesome. But Sean Schimmel shits all over it because he's trying to say that, copyright infringement and stuff like that. But it's like it's all protected under parody law, and it's just I don't know. It just sat it sat in a bad taste for me, and I'm just like, whatever, dude, whatever. But at the same time, it's like I could never see anyone else being Goku.
It's true, and I can't argue with the work. There's some characters that it's just like, yep, that's
For
the
me,
role
anyway.
for you.
But
like All Might.
But at the same time, though, because for instance, Chris Sabat got in trouble for this a while back because he was doing I don't know, some press tour or whatever, and he was calling it the Prince of All Saiyans tour or whatever because he's the voice of Vegeta.
Yeah.
Toei told him to shut it down. You gotta change it because he's like, you're not the voice of Vegeta. I don't know the Japanese people's name,
Yeah.
but like this guy is. You're the dubbed voice. Because the German dubbed guy, he's not the voice of Vegeta. He's the German dub. You're the English dub. The original voice actor, he's the voice.
They're
of
all
Vegeta.
the voice of Vegeta, but yeah. I think it would be a bigger problem just calling it the Sand Tour when it's not like a
But
specifically licensed.
DBZ
event.
is one. It's like if I'm watching back a scene, I will watch it dubbed, like old school DBZ.
Yeah.
Super though, I watched that when it was tournament arc was current and shit like that. I was watching that sub. I have no problem with Goku or Vegeta. I think actually
I didn't touch Super.
Vegeta's voice sounds better subbed than it does. Well, honestly, they're pretty close actually.
So
Goku's
that
voice
could
is-
also be the hate speaking.
It could be. So let's just discard that. A lot of voices are pretty similar, because you got to think, you're as a voice actor, I would assume that you would first listen to what you're dubbing, right? So you'd listen to it in its original make and try.
And a lot of those companies want you to mimic it too. That's the kind of standard in Japan. That's why you still get some of those
Yeah, but
sounds.
Goku's voice is just so different though, because one, it's a female.
Friggin' God.
Nah, it's pretty iconic.
I like the
dub.
dub voice.
I do too, but I prefer the dub voice. I do, but I also enjoy the sub voice. But if I had to choose one or the other, I'm choosing the sub.
I'm picking.
The dub. Sorry.
Yeah, I was
choosing
gonna
the
say,
dub.
if I had to pick one to scream into my ear, it's gonna be the dub.
I just can't not. I can't justify not. It's the anime that got me into anime. Watching that on Toonami when I was in middle school.
I could probably credit
No,
that.
before that, it's elementary school. I was watching DBZ in elementary school and Dragon Ball.
I have like a
Dragon Ball Z.
triad where I don't know exactly which ones hit me first, but like Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Dragon Ball Z.
Because I watched Dragon Ball Z first, and I remember getting mad at Naruto. Because I remember when Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece first aired on Toonami, they all aired, I'm pretty sure, the same week, and I was so mad at Naruto specifically because Naruto, when it aired, its time slot replaced Yu Yu Hakusho.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right in the chapter Black arc. which was the
It was coming up on a Hiei fight
yeah.
that I wanted to see. And the first episode of Naruto, I was like, what the shit? Because I actually remember this because at the same time, Bobobo was also in the same thing. And the first episode of Bobobo slaps, and you think it's going to be awesome. Then you see episode 2, and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch?
And then Naruto had its last filler episode and was replaced randomly with Death Note one day. And I'm just like, what happened to Naruto? The story's not done.
You see, because Naruto, Naruto, it was fun because I didn't know. I was just, I'm in middle school, right? I'm in seventh or eighth grade. I forget, one of the two. It's probably started in 7th grade and carried into 8th grade because I'm ignorant. All I know of anime, is DBZ. Dragon Ball Z was in elementary school. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh, but I didn't know even that they were anime. I just thought that they were
Pokemon.
And Pokemon. I thought they were just edgier cartoons, you know what I mean? Cooler.
They're just good cartoons.
Good cartoons, exactly. Hey, Kids Next Door slaps. Probably not anymore.
Okay.
I'm sure if I went back, my
okay.
nostalgia brain.
A lot of people I've thrown that take at hate it, but I agree with you. I liked Kids Next Door a lot.
I did, but I'm sure if we went back and watched it, it wouldn't be something that we could continue. But I can go back and watch anime.
I could do it.
Well, maybe we'll see. But anyway, I was staying on board. So I watched, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Rurouni Kenshin. Well, Rurouni Kenshin I think came later for me personally, but like Yu Yu Hakusho was around. But then the big three came in.
So hard on Yu Yu Hakusho.
Knocked all those out for me, and I was only Toonami was my source. I didn't know of these things, and then one day, I watched. Somewhere in 7th or 8th grade, I found AMVs.
And you're like, I haven't seen this footage of Naruto fighting Sasuke and crawling in my skin.
Yes. Or the animal I have become.
Yeah.
And I vividly can remember watching a scene, and I was like...
Was it Sasuke and Shippuden with his...
Well, Shippuden wasn't out yet. Because I remember when Shippuden first aired, I was a freshman in high school. Because I remember the day that Shippuden aired and me going home and watching it that day. Because then I watched literally the entirety of Shippuden weekly.
I know what did it for me, figuring out that this shit's coming out in Japan.
Well, it was the AMVs, because I started watching it and I was like, wait a minute, Sasuke is a bad guy? Or turns into a bad guy?
I saw that fight from an AMV first, too.
So I started because YouTube, way back then, was a limit of you could only watch, each video could only be 10 minutes long.
Yeah, so it was one of 3.
One of 3
2
parts.
of 3.
So I started watching Naruto. Was the first anime that I started watching subbed ever, because I was watching it and it was because I got spoiled for it, and I wasn't watching Bleach. Bleach came out too late on the time slot for me in Toonami. That by that time I just wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that until freshman year. Someone that we both know recommended it to me. It was like, hey, if you like Death Note, you might really like this anime called Bleach. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And I started watching it. I watched the first 18 episodes or so. I think it because I remember that number sticks in my brain, 18. I watched the first 18 episodes English, and I was like, the episode it left off on, I don't know if it was exactly 18. That's just the number I have. But it was like right when the Soul Society arc was about to start, and Ichigo is trying to get his Soul Reaper powers kind of to reactivate after Rukia leaves and Byakuya takes him away. And I was like, damn, I need to know how it's next week. And I was already watching Naruto ahead, so I was like, I knew I could watch Bleach ahead. So I watched one episode. I was like, oh, God, now I got to see another one. But then I was 2 episodes ahead, so I was like, I had to sit there and I was like, listen, if I want to keep watching this in this current form in English on Toonami, I would have to wait 3 weeks to see something new, or I can just keep going right now. And I just kept going, and then that right there was
sunk cost fallacy.
Was the end of basically my dubbed anime experience, because now anything that I could watch was always further ahead online in subbed, so that was the medium I chose to do. So One Piece came years later. You remember when I was watching One Piece? That was after. When I got into that, I went hard on that thing. I remember we were hanging out one day. We were just kind of chilling. I was like, I didn't go home and watch One Piece. I'm just gonna dip, because I remember it was in Alabasta, right? and because we'd seen the East Blue so many different times. You know, you had it on DVD, we watched it on Toonami. We'd seen the East Blue in so many different iterations. We saw it on 4Kids.
Yeah.
Ayo.
Go.
Don't give it up, Luffy.
Dreamin'.
Don't give it up, Zoro.
Dreaming.
I like that song though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's good. The rest of 4Kids can go die.
Yeah.
But it was in Alabasta. I was at work and I took a day off, and I just hammed out the early Alabasta stuff, and then I was just watching, living, eating, breathing, sleeping in front of that computer. If I wasn't at work, I was in front of that computer watching One Piece. And I caught up in a little over a month, and I think at the time I caught up in somewhere in the middle of Fishman Island arc, so I think that's 500 to 600 episodes, somewhere in that range. I think maybe more or less. I don't know. And then because I called out in Alabasta to just kind of ham out, and then when I was in, I could see that I was coming up on the end. I had like 20 episodes more left. That last day, I called out of work again so I could binge the rest of it and finish it off. But I don't know if that was like online AMVs to figure out that these animes were anime and that they came from Japan and that they were so further ahead of the story, which then led me to watching this. It just killed any dub that I was watching. I was watching Naruto dubbed. Still to this day, I think that Naruto dubbed voice actor is the closest to the original sub. I swear it's the same dude speaking English. You can't change my mind.
Believe it.
Yeah.
I do believe it.
I
do indeed.
I do indeed. If I see that swing one more time.
I know I made that jump for Code Geass. End of R1 going into R2. I wasn't about to wait for
that.
releases.
Well, you got spoiled, right?
Yeah.
Because someone told you that Lelouch dies at the end, and you got pissed.
Oh, like, you motherfucker. No, I think it was, I know who it was, because the person that was like, hey,
JP.
L's gonna die this week.
Oh, yeah.
And then he didn't. And then the episode after he did. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
I didn't know L was gonna die until I saw him die.
Lucky.
But I knew he was gonna die.
Yeah, when he started washing Light's feet.
Yeah, that was...
Was that around the time?
Well, no, that was the time I knew something was up with that episode. But just the way the series framed it, I was like, I don't see L living. Even in that time, I was like, I just feel like he's gonna have to die for this story.
He's too OP.
Yeah, so I was like,
Please
well, one or the other is gonna happen. L's gonna die.
Please nerf L. Split him into two different characters.
That have to work together to then beat Kira. Because I was like, listen, so L's going to die or Kira's going to get caught, one or the other. And it's more likely at this point that I feel that L's going to die than Kira's going to get caught right now. And he died. Still to this day, bar none, biggest surprise death for me that came out of complete left field with a 90-mile-an-hour softball to the side of my face. Kamina.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. That made me so sad. Gurren Lagann.
Joffrey Baratheon, Game of Thrones.
You didn't see it coming. For context, I've
been watching Game of Thrones a decade late.
Yes.
I was one of those people that shared the meme that I'm not watching Game of Thrones. Ha 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 ha. Turns out I'm the asshole.
Just watched Joffrey die. I mean, you had to have seen that he would eventually die.
Oh, I knew he was gonna die. I didn't expect it to be season 4.
Yeah,
it
was the most
early
gratifying.
delight.
It's like the middle. I couldn't have asked for a better death for that little shithead.
It's true. It's true.
But I don't know. Kamina's death struck me to the core, man. That hit me hard because he was just such a, even though Simon was basically the main character, you kind of knew he was, but at the same time,
it's such an upbeat series too.
And Kamina is just like that larger than life type character in it, and it's like It's like, yeah, okay, Simon's the main character, but is he? It's like, it's really Kamina's really the main character, right? Kamina's not going to lose. And it's so early, too. It's what, episode 6, 8?
Yeah, about
somewhere in there?
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks so bad, too. My girl, Yoko.
Yeah.
Poor Yoko. Poor other dude, I forget his name, that thought he had a shot later on with Yoko, but she's like, nah, I'm still in love with Kamina. The dude with the blonde hair. Buzz cut on the side. I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
It's been so long since I've watched Gurren Lagann. It's honestly a crime. Characters. Let's see. This guy.
Why is the anti-spiral first billing?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
Fucking Ross.
That's who I was thinking of.
Oh, I fucking hate him so much. I hated him in the second season and what he did to Simon, my boy.
Leron, my boy.
Yeah. Yep. Such a good anime. Not one you'd think would be one to tug at your heartstrings. Not once, but twice with both Kamina and Nia. What? Oh, so good.
Was it Madhouse back then? Or Gaijin? Or what was the... Team Dagger and... scroll back up for a sec. Gainax.
Yeah.
Which I think those people later migrate / become Trigger.
We can find out right now if we have a...
If I had a clickable link.
Yeah, but of course right now. Let me just back up, get rid of the character.
That's not that important.
Yes, right now. Whatever.
I just like Trigger.
Yeah. They did... Are they the ones that did the Cyberpunk anime?
Yes.
That's good. I saw the first 2 episodes. Another one, actually. That was another one that's on Netflix. That I need to...
Oh yeah, shit! I didn't get Netflix back. Damn it.
It's just from what I've seen in the first 2 episodes and from what I've heard, and I've seen certain scenes.
I've only heard praise. It's like top list for everybody.
Well, if anything needed it was Cyberpunk based on that release.
I think it was on Super Eye Patch's Wolf, like top 10 things of the year, not shows. Things of the year.
Also, I need to go back and watch Devilman Crybaby.
I still haven't watched it either. Yeah.
I hear good things about it, but I don't know. It's
Maybe
not one of
homework
those.
sometime.
Maybe it's not one of those things that's super high on my list, though. I mean,
it's also like a quick one season.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't call it high on my list, but it's like a watch before I die for sure.
You know what it is for me too? I don't stay up late on the weekends anymore.
I don't know what time is anymore.
Because I'm, having a kid now. It's like I'm up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, so trying to stay up to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning again is just so hard to do. It's just so hard. Which sucks because I love doing that. It's just like that's when I was at my that was like my I don't want to say safe space, but like my quiet space, my me time zone. I was being awake alone at night doing whatever. It's just, but it's like I was actually talking to someone at work the other day because they were saying that too. And I was actually making fun of them because they're so young. I was like, you're so young though.
It gets worse.
When I was at your age, man. I didn't know sleep and me had no relationship. We had a long distance relationship.
That's what it Poppin' Juo say.
Jesus.
Midnight.
Yeah. Bang out 8 episodes.
Phantom Requiem for a Phantom. Darker Than Black.
Bang it.
Which is so hard to sell to someone, by the way. I've been trying to sell Darker Than Black to my partner. And it's really hard to gather the words to call this a good anime.
Season 1's good.
That I have to go back and doubt it though. Would you call the story good? The plot? Think
had
back.
Potential.
It
had
was
an
great
edge.
Moment to moment.
It had a good edgy main character.
The episodes felt great, but when you look back at that jangled mess of a story,
I don't know. I remember is that the mid-season that I can't even call it season 2 because it's only like 3 or 4 episodes. The episodes between seasons 1 and 2,
like the OVAs.
the OVAs. I think that fucked with it because season 2 is just bad, man.
Season 2 is bad, but even like season 1, like it's like meandering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is also kind of the problem with season 2 too. Besides turning him into a drunk hobo.
I always get sad when they turn anybody from an awesome character and they
To
just
a drunk hobo.
break him down to a drunk hobo.
Joseph.
Oh no! Oh no!
We're back.
Oh no! But what I was saying is, while I was talking to the guy at work, is like, for me, I start getting tired at a specific time. Back in the day, when I'd stay up late every night, it was at almost religiously. It was at 1 o'clock. The second 1 o'clock happened, I'd start getting really tired. If I could make it to like 1:30, 1:45, if I could just push through to that time, my second wind would pop in, and then I'd be good for. I could stay up until 6, 7, 8 a.m.
No, that's how my sleep works. I hit a sleep, and then I'm up for a few hours, and then I hit a second sleep.
Oh no! But now I start getting tired at 11:30, 12. 12:30 because 12:30 is when I go to bed every weekday, so I'm good until I can push to then. But I feel like I'd probably start getting my second wind at 1 o'clock if I could stay up to then, and then I'd be good. But I haven't tried it. I just need to do it. You know what I mean? Just get in there one day
And then read some manga.
Maybe
finish Promised Neverland.
Oh yeah, it's another one that I need to add on top of Undead Unluck. Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
we'd
Sumi
have-
Poon Poon
We have a
and
whole little block
Blood
of
Clover.
Promised Neverland talk. You can refresh my memory on it.
and then we can see if we agree because you said that you didn't mind the end, and
I
the
really
end it was
didn't.
polarized into fans. So we'll see if I.
A
I'm
lot of
on
people
your side.
shit on it, and I do think there's like it's hard for me to remember the specific moment now, but I do think I remembered having a specific moment where I felt the author pivot a bit to like end the story quicker. But I thought it was a good end. Like I didn't see any real problem with it.
I will never forgive what they did to the anime.
No, that is an absolute disgrace, though.
They skipped the entire Goldie
Goldie Pond.
Goldie
They
Pond.
cut our boy.
Lewis,
Not even. I wasn't even talking about Lewis. I love Lewis, but
but they cut him.
yeah,
But-
they cut
Oh
him.
yeah, the other. What's his name? He wasn't even in the bunker when they get there.
Yeah,
I was like, what the f is going on?
devastating.
They literally had that first episode when it started to when it ended was like 50 chapters.
I don't even know how they decided to keep doing the story because there's also another character in Goldie Pond that's in this final arc too.
Which sucks because season 1 of the anime is so good.
I don't even really like. I don't want to spoil,
Please don't.
but yeah, season 1 was like a masterpiece.
Anime wise, yes.
Yeah.
It was great. Season 2, trash. Drop that shit like a sack of bricks.
Finish the manga.
I will. It's just a matter of me remembering that it's a thing. I need to add it. I need to
keep reminding you.
You know what I'm gonna do right now because I'll just go to my Jump app, click on chapter 1, and then it'll be in my continue readings. So I'll see it every time I come into the. Oh, chapter 1 right there. I'll see it every time I come into the to the app.
I'll make sure to check in with you next week to see if it helped.
What's this?
Bishop's here.
Yeah.
Cancelled.
Oh, then I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
The cover looked cool, but then the whole never judge a book by its cover.
Oh yeah, I watched some people that are actually a big fan of it and don't know why I got cut.
Oh.
But so many great things do. I'm worried that
It's all about sales for Shonen. If it doesn't sell or it's maybe not getting the numbers that they wanted it to get, then they're going to try and get something else in there that does get the numbers.
I guess. I mean, I think Hunter's Guild Red Hood got cut before it even put out a volume.
Well then,
Yeah.
political type stuff, and I don't mean like politics. I mean political,
Like
as in
workplace politics,
yeah.
I don't know. It's rough.
Manga
I miss Ayashimon. I'm dying for Yuji Kaku coming back in my life.
Yeah.
I was reading Doron Dodoron. Doron Dodoron.
Say that 6 times fast.
Yeah.
3 times fast.
It was basic shonen, but it was cute. But also axed. I'm worried Ginka and Gluna or Fabricant 100 could be next on those chopping blocks. Ones that I'm investing in that one day just end.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to take a blow to my manga reading confidence in general.
Because there's other mangas I do want to read that aren't on shonen. Like, I've been saying this for a while. I want so desperately to read Maki because
And
I
the
was.
luck.
I don't know. We'll see, man. It depends on how if I like I'm enjoying the anime quite a bit. I am, but I need that feeling to be there when it ends for me to want to continue to then justify going to read the manga.
So you want
Especially
them
'cause
to
it's
grab you by
long,
the
too.
balls and give you a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they could do that to you.
I don't think that they could either, but just based on things you've said and like what's going on with the current story, I don't see even a plot thread developing that I would be like, I need to know the answers when it ends. You know what I mean? So
I mean, it's going to highly depend on where they end, too.
we'll see. I mean,
The art, it's just so much better, though, honestly.
yeah. I mean,
The
that's
art's
just
so good.
it is.
And then you're gonna have to wait a year to find out.
Or if not
A year
more,
minimum, yeah.
minimum. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping a year with those production values. Those CGI background characters.
So like we said, off record and happens all the time. You get a new anime that you're like really digging. Season 1 happens, and then you wait 4 years for season 2. It's like kind of kill. I understand, it takes production time, takes time to make these things. You don't want to do them too fast where you run out of material. And
It's gonna hurt Chainsaw Man.
I don't know if it will because it hasn't hurt Demon Slayer. And
I don't think
Chainsaw
Demon
Man's
Slayer takes 4 years in between, do they?
no, but they've only
They're
had
pretty
2
quick with
seasons.
it. Yeah.
Only had 2 seasons, and season 1 was what, 2019?
Yeah, but this one came out even fast. Well, I'm assuming the Blacksmith Village is coming out this year.
I believe so. I actually don't know.
Because I think that pace is increasing now that they know it's a big seller.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, what else? First off, it's by Ufotable. What else are they doing? Well, actually, they're coming out with a new feed.
Yeah.
So, because that's like the only other thing that they have going.
Drawing PNGs of your new waifus.
Well, yeah, they got that mobile game.
Yeah.
But I don't think Ufotable is involved in that, to be honest with you. Because it's a game. Release. Not yet declared, but I have plenty of other information regarding the show. We'll make it up for it.
Maybe early next year then, I would guess.
Yeah, probably.
But it's coming out way faster than I think it's going to take them for Chainsaw Man.
Well, plus Chainsaw Man just ended too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's like March.
Yeah, I was just hoping there'd actually be one right there.
I got to type those magic words.
Release date. Why does Reddit?
April.
April? Oh, nice. So
Yeah.
next season. So. Nice. Cool beans.
That's
Super
nice
excited
looking
for
at it as
Hell's Paradise.
seasons. I saw it as 2 months. Which feels worse.
Well, because
Next season sounded nicer.
Well, yeah, because I mean, yeah, it's February, but it's already mid-February, so there's only going to be 1 or 2 more episodes in February. Then you have the 4. So it's because I look at it by season count. You know what I mean? Because it's the standard 12 episodes, and not every not every anime of a season airs immediately. There's always like sometimes a week or 2 delays in certain.
It's brutal
First
for a
episodes.
man like me who's not watching any anime this season.
Blue Lock would be the only thing that you'd be. I mean, My Hero kind of.
Once I start watching it again, once I hop back on that, now that my partner dropped it.
I don't know why I'm not watching it. It's on fucking Crunchyroll. Vinland Saga season 2's out, and I'm hearing great things about it. But
There really is just a map of anime every fucking season.
yeah, poor Mappa animators. But Vinland Saga, dude, you need. I mean,
I need to read it.
I can't say anything about season 2, obviously, because I haven't watched it yet. But season 1 is so fucking good. It's on. You have Amazon Prime, right?
No.
You should partner have Amazon Prime.
No.
Fuck.
My partner actually hates Amazon.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Well, I mean, I get you'd hate it as a company, but why do you hate it as a resource?
Oh no, as a company. I also don't like Amazon Prime as like what they have on their team, like their service, and just The Boys. It's a 1 year it's a once a year and a half subscription for me watching The Boys.
Oh, you don't pay Amazon Prime for that. We pay Amazon Prime for same day delivery. All right.
I mean that's a once a year purchase for Christmas time.
No, not in this household. Not in many households. I order on Amazon all the time.
I think I mean I was for when I was buying manga volumes, but don't have time to read the manga volumes I have.
You pay that, you get because you get free shipping first off on everything because you're paying that price. But then you have access to Amazon Video and everything that's on there. Was that 2 items ever? Or
Past 3. It only does the past 3 months.
Oh, 1 item, or is that 2?
2, and they're both Christmas gifts.
No, I'm just all over the place with mine.
No, I only use Amazon to buy manga pretty much. And even then, I've slowed down so much. And even then, sometimes I do that on eBay.
I see, look at this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I have the kind of money to spend like that.
It's more that it's like, oh, we forgot something at the store. We don't want to go back out. Buy it on Amazon. Or most of the time we'll be like, oh, wow, this thing is super expensive at the store. Check Amazon. Is it cheaper on Amazon? Yeah, it's a few dollars cheaper on Amazon. All right, buy it on Amazon. We don't need it immediately. We need it, we'll need it in a few days and it'll be here tomorrow. So we do a lot of that. We're like, okay, if we can find something cheaper on Amazon than it is currently in the store, it's just a no-brainer. We buy it on Amazon. Mm-mm. And there have been plenty of days, literally, I shit you not, I order something in the morning and it's here a few hours later on my doorstep.
So wait, did Crunchyroll not get season 1? Is Amazon just like gonna keep it?
I haven't clicked on Vinland Saga to see if they got the library added to it, but it would not surprise me if they did not, because Amazon had the rights. Well, I don't know how it works.
That'd be so frustrating. So frustrating.
All right, well, how about this? Disney got Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War arc, so it got on Hulu. 2 weeks before it aired, Crunchyroll removed Bleach from their library. You can't watch Bleach on Crunchyroll.
It should at least all be in one place. That is my precedent. If it's all in one place, the right thing was done.
I think there should be like a time frame so that like Disney should be able to have Bleach for its simulcast and maybe like a month or 2 after its simulcast, but then it should be open source and everyone should be able to have it. So that way, if you're paying for Crunchyroll, eventually everything should be on Crunchyroll. So like say you pay for Crunchyroll.
But that works in reverse too. I mean, everything Crunchyroll would have would be
on everything else.
I don't like that because that just makes it so much harder to surf through every streaming service.
Well, then you only need to choose one, because then at that point...
No, because I still need to go to all of them for their exclusives too when they come out.
Yeah, but first off, you don't watch anything current other than Blue Lock's the only anime you've been watching. Well, you're not even current on it.
Well, I watch other shows current though.
Yeah, but I'm speaking on the anime side. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what they do for
I could wait.
Else. Because
for everything but Golden Kamuy.
Because they're streaming services. Yeah, Netflix likes to try and say, oh, Netflix production in front of the animes. You didn't make it. So the studio there made it, and you have the rights to stream it. But, like, HBO is paying for
the production
of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon.
And Barry.
And all of those shows. You know, Amazon's paying for The Boys and the Lord of the Rings of Power, and you know what I mean. The Netflix is paying for all of their Netflix original series. You know, what I mean?
A third of them.
Okay, I don't know the details behind
for Netflix. Netflix does pay a lot of people to just be like, "Hey, you need money, and you want to make that thing. We made this."
I could totally see that happening. But so I think personally on the anime side of things, if you have a subscription to Crunchyroll, yeah, you get X, Y, and Z for what's airing that season that you can watch simulcast. But then after it airs and it's finished airing, then say Crunchyroll has exclusive rights to be the only hoster of that for X amount of months, whether it be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And then after that, anyone could put it on. So then at the same time, Crunchyroll could take all those other animes and add it to their library. So 6 months from now...
That or a blanket ban that no one but Crunchyroll can have anime. Again, I just want it all in one place. That's all I care about. I don't want to have to pay 5 people for anime.
I mean, if you get Crunchyroll, I want to say it's probably your best bet.
Well, it's definitely your best bet, but you still lose out on such good stuff like B-Stars.
A lot of things that it doesn't have.
B-Stars, BNA.
High Dive's getting a lot of stuff, but they don't have a fucking PlayStation app, which kills me. So I have to watch it on a desktop.
My smart TV doesn't have Crunchyroll, but still has the Funimation app.
Which I'm surprised that doesn't end, because you go on Funimation. I canceled. First off, I was like, as soon as I saw the headline, I was like, why am I still paying for this? So I canceled my Funimation, because it says it right when you come in. The future Funimation is on Crunchyroll, and saying all the library is going to get updated to Crunchyroll. So I was like, okay, goodbye. It's all going. I'm surprised they still have it going strong. Maybe trying to recoup some of the double dippers for trying to recoup their money for the purchase of Crunchyroll.
Oh, it's just like how fucking PlayStation still sells games that don't have servers anymore.
That would suck. You'd buy a game off the PlayStation Store, and you can't even actually play the game, and you can't get a refund from the PlayStation Store.
Nope. I think you can. I think you can get one in your lifetime. Like, literally, it's a one per person.
That's some horse shit right there.
Where Steam is like, hey, has it still been 3 hours? Yeah, you're good. You're good, bro.
Well, that's not bad for Steam. You could...
Yeah.
Well, actually, that makes it really good, because I actually watched a YouTube short. I was scrolling through YouTube shorts the other day. I know, the endless sinkhole of that debauchery and garbage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the PlayStation Store is looking a lot more like Steam every day, though.
But I saw a streamer purchased the most expensive game on Steam.
Was it Super Fight?
I don't know what it was. He was complaining. He was saying it's basically it's a
Was
short,
it
it's a
level?
1 minute thing. It was a slideshow of things, and I think it said I think it cost him like $3,000 to buy the game.
Oh, it wasn't Super Fight. Super Fight's 120.
No, it was that.
And it's one level.
One or 3,000, and
it's
by
money
the end
laundering.
of the short, he beat the thing.
Yeah, it's money laundering.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully that man got his money back, because
oh yeah,
it looked awful. It was all just text and.
But that's why some of the ones that
slideshows.
aren't money laundering will try to stretch it out just long enough to get you past the refund period, so they can keep your money. Like, they'll make you walk really slow.
Gross.
Which I think is counterproductive. I think that would just make me boot out of the game faster.
Gross.
Yeah.
But High Dive actually has some good stuff. I just wish they had a PlayStation app so I could watch it at the same time. Because, like, I was behind on Eminence to Shadow because I'd have to set up the desktop and come on.
No.
But nope, I'm caught back up now, so that's all good. And next week's episode's going to be
There's
fire.
order in the world again.
Next week's episode's going to be fire. I can already say it's going to be great. And everyone, all the manga readers are in the comments of stuff saying it's going to be awesome. Thankfully, no spoilers.
I need to start getting into some Blue Lock anime only conversations and start spreading my manga ego.
Oh, God.
I want to be that guy. It's like, you don't even know, man.
You don't know,
You
man.
don't know.
No, I don't know, but I will know.
Yeah, like
so relax.
2 years from now when season 2 comes out.
Well, it is getting ready because you got Netflix, Prime Video. I don't really count Prime Video because
I don't count HBO
us
because
normal people pay for Prime, so we get that shit for free.
That's still not free.
Oh. It's a byproduct. We don't buy Amazon Prime for Prime Video.
It's out of my tax dollars.
No, Prime Video is just the bonus. Like, here's the thing.
Horrible way to look at it. I hate that.
We get it for the free shipping because if I to not buy the $120
I'd have to
a
wait
year.
12 days for plebeian free shipping.
No, I'd spend far more than $120 a year in shipping. That's what it is. I don't care about waiting for shipping because I buy things off of
But I mean, like,
other
half the
online
shit already
sources.
has free shipping. It's just longer wait.
Yeah. But it's not the free. It's not the shipping time. It's the free shipping on Amazon specifically, because the amount of stuff that I buy off it is the shipping charge. It's like, okay, $3 here, $4 here, $3 here. It's like, okay, after a year, it's a lot more than $120 in shipping, and I'm like, that's just a deal. I'll take that upfront payment for free shipping on everything, so I'm not paying that, and also same day or guaranteed, because I think the latest you'll ever get something off Amazon is like 2 days.
Yeah.
And then you get access to
their awful streaming service.
Yeah. Which so far I have only ever used for The Boys, The Rings of Power, and Vinland Saga Season 1. And
just The Boys. We couldn't even find anything else on there to watch.
there's an anime that I was watching recently. I need to go back. I keep forgetting the name. It's a weird name, but it is hilarious. I was rolling. I haven't had my stomach hurting and cramping up from laughter that bad since I don't even know when. Just I don't know. It's been a long time, and I needed it. And the same thing. Netflix problem. I'm never on it, so I haven't gone back and finished it. But it's there. I need to go back and get it. But it's so good. So I've watched 4 shows on Amazon Prime Video. I don't spend the Prime membership on.
At least you're still getting your money's worth out of it.
On the Amazon front, yes.
Yeah.
Not on the video side. But then, yeah, you got Netflix, Hulu, High Dive, Crunchyroll, and anyone who's, for whatever reason, still subscribed to Funimation app. Please don't. Just get the Crunchyroll. It's the same price.
It's the same company.
It's the same company. Everything that is on Funimation
is the
on
Sony monopoly.
Yeah. Everything that is on Funimation is on Crunchyroll, but everything on Crunchyroll is on Funimation.
Can we really call a spade for a second? It's a monopoly. Netflix fucking licenses 50 anime a year. That's nothing. Hulu has 2 in the past 2 years. That's nothing. That's specifically licensed to Hulu.
Yeah, so that
and
really,
not on Crunchyroll.
The only thing for me was Bleach. That's the only reason I even got a Hulu.
Yeah, I'm being generous, assuming there's a second one.
I'm sure there is that I don't care about. High Dive's
it's a monopoly.
Yeah, High Dive's got a few, but
if fucking Nestle was the only people selling water, and I fill up some bottles of water from my backyard and start handing them out, that doesn't mean Nestle's not a monopoly anymore.
Yes, I'm right there with you. That's why I didn't want Funimation to buy Crunchyroll. I was not for it, and I'm still not for it.
I'm still not for it. It is a little convenient on my wallet, but Crunchyroll also runs like shit. Where is my money going? Funimation ran like shit. Crunchyroll still runs like shit.
You see, I don't have... Everyone always says the Crunchyroll...
It's not the viewer problem. I'm not hitting frame issues or, fidelity issues. I just have UI issues. Constant UI issues.
I will agree that the what do you say, the homepage, trying to find...
The homepage is terrible.
The beginning... A perfect example. A new season starts, right? I just want a section when I'm scrolling through of a list of every current simulcast anime that's out. So all of the new animes that came out that I've been seeing on social media, they're like, oh, let me check out this episode. Let me check out the first episode of this and that series. It's so hard to find it on Crunchyroll because unless you know the anime title and type it in the search bar, you're never going to find it. There is no... And even the recently updated tab isn't the simulcast shit.
No,
it's the new animes that they're putting 12 episodes on or something.
The dubbed in Hindi, dubbed in Chinese goes straight to the recently uploaded.
Or the recently animated.
I know, because I keep jumping. Yeah. I'm like, Ranking of Kings is back? No, it's dubbed in German.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And then I'm like, oh, Bungo Stray Dogs can't be back. They must have dubbed that in another language. No, it has a season 4 right now.
It does, yes. It's terrible, and Funimation was worse.
And I also hate, and this Crunchyroll is by far not the only streaming service that does it. But when I click on a series, I want to go into the episode list and the synopsis. I do not want to play every fucking time.
I don't want to play episode 1. Exactly. Yes. I
want to go check if this is just the German dub.
Please bring me to the page, the anime page.
So that's where all my problems with both of them were. Funimation, Crunchyroll says the worst search bar. I don't know if you've had to use the search bar.
Of what?
Crunchyroll.
Well, yeah, because you have to type out the full word before anything even pops up.
Yeah, because it cuts you off. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
These are the little things I mean. Same thing with PlayStation Network. It's almost like PlayStation Network has never been optimized ever. Across all of its years of existence.
Well, thankfully, whenever I am going on PlayStation Network... words, they're hard. Whenever I do go on PlayStation Network, it's for a specific reason. I'm never going there. So like,
I browse a lot, and I get so many crashes. It's so sad.
I never browse.
It's so sad that your own marketplace on your own hardware crashes.
I've never had that happen because I just go to the thing, immediately go to that search bar and type in the game I'm looking for. And usually I type in the first 3 words and it pops up on the side and I click on it.
I go into a game. It goes to play the trailer immediately. I have to pause the trailer to go up to screenshots, or the screenshots won't load. And then sometimes the screenshots still won't load, or load every other screenshot. It's great. It's fantastic. And then every window and button I press, it's almost like adding another fucking tab to your browser, but once you hit like 12 tabs, it crashes and runs worse with each tab.
Oh, Jesus.
It's almost like it's keeping all my windows open because it just gets slower and slower the more I browse.
I'll keep that in mind for any time I...
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. It's a nightmare.
Well, because as you know, I'm a big proponent of physical copies for the games I buy, especially the big games that I'm very interested in. Like if it's a game of trying, I'll just download. Like I downloaded Harry Potter, but I'm not going to buy a physical copy for that because I'm not like, oh my god, I need this game forever. You know what I mean? But God of War, I bought the hard copy for that.
Oh my god, I need this game forever.
Yes. Crisis Core.
I noticed that too.
It's sitting on my desk still upstairs. I have the hard copy for that. Surprisingly, I don't have a hard copy for Persona 5 Royal.
No.
I downloaded that.
You only had minor faith in me.
Well, no, because you were talking about it for so long, and I kept ignoring you about it. And then I was like, fine, I'll watch this one trailer. And in the first 3 seconds of that trailer, it sold me. And I immediately I didn't even wait.
He's spitting.
I just immediately went to the PlayStation Store and downloaded it. I was like, I'm not waiting for a physical copy in the mail. I don't care if it's same day delivery or not. I'm buying this now.
See, I know you.
Yeah. And you was like, oh, play it. It's so good. And then you've played it once since then.
Third dungeon.
Yeah, and I've beaten it like 6 times.
Third dungeon.
Play it. Beat it, motherfucker. But I think that's a good place to end the ramblings.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Episode 3. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Phantom Weeb my way out of here.
The Phantom Weebs.
But yeah, this has been the Dukes of Weebdom.
Almost the Phantom Weebs, but
we were almost the Phantom Weebs.
We decided against it. It was a little too much. I was okay with it.
Yeah.
I was, but I'm a Persona fan, so. But
have a great night.
Take care. Bye-byes.